Hello, and welcome to Chair Chat. I am Joyce Doris Coleman, Chairwoman of the Memphis-Shelby County School Board of Education. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with District 4 Board Member, Mr. Tamarques Porter. We will talk about his role as a new board member and what's going on in District 4. Okay?
Cool.
We're going to talk a little while. You ready for a little conversation with me?
Let's have it.
Let's talk then. Board Member Porter, you were recently elected to serve on the Memphis-Shelby County Board of Education. What inspired you to run for the school board? And what does serving District 4 mean to you personally?
First of all, it's an honor to be here. It's feel like it's a long time coming. Everything happens full circle. You know, you've been knowing me since I've been going to Sherwood, playing football at Sherwood and playing football at Melrose High School, and knowing your family. It's truly an honor and a blessing. So I do feel like everything has come full circle.
It has.
And I just want to say thank you for all your support that you have shown me. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
But what inspired me to run is really life itself. I grew up in Orange Mound, graduated from Melrose High School, like I just stated. And one thing I kept hearing while I was going to college and it's coming back from college, coming to Memphis, is that our children, if they don't learn how to read by the third grade level, they more likely might not graduate or go to jail. And I've always told myself that in order for that to happen, you got to create an environment for that to happen.
Right.
And then people started talking about statistics about, every child deserves a great education regardless of what zip code. So those things kind of motivated me. Then all of a sudden, I had two little boys come along, and so I really had to start taking this thing serious.
Yes.
And so I'm just looking back over my life, just always been an advocate. What a lot of people don't know is I used to teach literacy classes in the daycares. And then from there, I would start working inside the school system as a teacher assistant. Then from there, I went on to the IT department. And so just wanting to give back, we oftentimes hear this quote about what they see, they will be. And so while I was growing up, I did see real men doing real things in the community. So I always knew to myself, hey, I can at least give something back to the community. So never wanted to be in politics, never wanted to be in this, I always wanted to do something. And so what I ended up doing is helping children. And so the consequence of that is running for school board.
Okay. I remember seeing you when you first became an IT at Dunbar Elementary.
That's right. That's right.
It had been a while, and we talked then, and you were doing just what you said, working with the children.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you were there for IT, but you were talking to the children. I don't know if you remember, you were talking to the kids as they came in the office about getting in trouble. Don't get in trouble.
That's right.
I remember that so vividly. You represent District 4. Can you share a bit about your connection to the district and the community?
I have two sons that attend public schools as well. And so that's my connection. I've been out in that area, Southeast Memphis, the Shelby Drive, Riverdale, Hatchcross area. So I've been out there for probably about 14 years.
Oh.
And so my connection is, I'm on the HOA association where I live at. And so my connection has always been connected to those schools and in that community out there. It's a lot of retired teachers, a lot of retired principals, and different administrators. So I've always been engaging with the community. I'll give a shout out to my cousin, Bishop Brandon Porter. He has a church that's in the district. So that whole Porter legacy has always been a part of my DNA. And so that's my connection to the district.
Okay. What has been the most rewarding part of serving as a school board member so far? So far, up to this point, what has been the most rewarding?
Well, the most rewarding is getting a chance to listen to the students, listen to the teachers, and listen to the parents. That's been most rewarding. I always found myself being a connector and connecting people to resources. Another thing that's been rewarding is just getting into the schools and just seeing those bright smiles that our children have.
Yes.
And I'm just listening to the concerns of the constituents as well. So I held a town hall meeting and just wanted to know what's the heartbeat of District 4. And just what are your thoughts and concerns, and how can I advocate more for better resources? So that's what's been most exciting, is just really serving. And again, like I stated, just being a connector.
One thing that I can say about you is when it comes down to the IT, information technology, you are one of our strong, we all have our fields.
Right.
And to see you when you advocating for more devices, to see you when you're advocating for more technology for our students, that's very inspiring. Because whether we old people want to admit or not, we're in that century, we're in that time frame where everything is technology based. And to see you advocate, if I never tell you, I appreciate the advocacy that you have for that part of our education for our children.
Yes, ma'am. And another thing to say is, as the committee meeting was happening last night, and we were talking about academics, and there was a, not an argument, but a conversation about textbooks versus technology. And although I do advocate for technology, I also want the children to understand how to use a dictionary.
Yeah.
And so I know we have it's a big conversation around buying books and do we want to spend this amount of money on books, but the dollar amount we do need to spend on books are dictionaries. So I've always been, besides technology, I've always been concerned and interested about what our children are learning, what's happening in their brains.
Yeah.
Because the computer was modeled after our brains, essentially. And so I'm always, again, concerned about what's going on in our children's brain. If they can properly learn how to use a dictionary before they get to the computer, then and you merge those two together, I promise you our children's test scores will rise.
Okay, you on to something now. What are some of the most pressing needs or priorities you're hearing from families and school members about District 4?
Well, one thing about District 4 I'm hearing is this thing we're going through with the Germantown, the 3Gs. And so I do have concerns from parents and teachers about what's the timeline for that, what's going to happen. So that's one of the things we always hear, I think, across the district is literacy rates versus in all of our districts. So that's one thing. Just advocating for more resources to wraparound services. That's one thing I keep hearing. To advocate for more wraparound services within our community, because a lot of times school has become to a point where we have to be psychologists and
Yes.
counselors and
Yes.
and uncles and aunties, and so school has transformed into this particular piece. And so now when we talk about wraparound services, what do they really look like? Because a lot of nonprofits that's out there doing the work, and I do think we can play a better role in upscaling those nonprofits that's actually doing the work and that's working.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 'Cause remember the day we just educated and sent them home. Now we're doing everything, and it's great because we can service more of our children by having all those services in the school.
That's right.
What progress are you most proud of so far for District 4? Are there any recent wins or programs you'd like to shout out?
Well, I do want to shout out Germantown High School, and I want to shout out Southwind High School. Southwind Principal John Bush over there, he brought the school up to a level five, and I think they was at level 3 or 2 or something like that. They were 2. And so just the work, and that work has been done prior to me getting there as well, but that's the work that's been done in the school. So I do want to give a shout out to him. Just recently today I received that the soccer team, or the girls soccer team, they was just doing pretty good over there. And the Southwind High School football team, they're doing pretty well. And in Germantown High School, they just the chess club and the broadcasting communication that they have over there at the station, they're always award winning. And also at Southwind Elementary, I'm most proud of, they have this room called a dolphin room, where if a child does well, it's like walking into a Family Dollar or something.
Okay.
If the child does well, they can go into the dolphin room and just pick out little knickknacks so they can enjoy themselves. So I like small things like that.
That means something to our children. I was at a school earlier this week, and they had ice cream. And we were able to put sprinkles, whatever they wanted, and they were for the kids that came to school every day. It means something to reward our kids.
That's right. And at Hickory Ridge Middle School, they partnered with Agape Services just to create a fun room. I forgot the exact name of it, but it was called a fun room. And so with children after school, they can go play the video games. You can get me and counselors in there just to talk to the boys about just everyday life. And they also, it's built like a after school study hall as well. So, but along with them, like I said, they partnered with Agape Services. They were able to create that particular space. And so that's a good. I would like to see it in all my schools as well.
Yeah, I understand you'll be a principal for a day.
Yeah, you reminded me.
Yeah, so that's exciting. I've done that before. How do you stay connected with your constituents?
Well, for one, it's just so just last month I was at a HOA meeting. Myself along with Commissioner Sugarman, who's commissioner for that District 12. We attended the HOA meetings. She held a town hall, and I held a town hall as well. Just getting the pulse of what our constituents want, and I'm working on, along with the board office, working on doing a newsletter and just getting the word out. If we have a big vote or just some thoughts I may have, just getting the word out to the constituents. So that's one thing. The one way I stay engaged, and also too, just visiting the schools. I know y'all don't do pop-up visits, so we have to tell the principal, when we're coming over, but just visiting the schools, staying engaged and going to churches, going to community events. That's how I stay engaged with the community.
Yeah, that's important. They like to see us other than election time.
Right.
So that's very important.
And also just answering emails and returning phone calls.
Oh, that's full time almost.
That's full time.
And I love answering emails.
Yes, ma'am.
So that lets me know that they're concerned about what's going on in the district.
That's right.
And if you answer them, and a lot of them, that's all they want is to know that their voice is being heard.
That's exactly right.
As a board member, collaboration is key. How do you build relationships with fellow board members, with us, district leaders, and community members?
So one, I think all board members and district leaders have to want to build that relationship as well. I do think all of us advocate for the right reasons, and we're in it for the right reasons, but now we just got to find that common thread where, as, okay, hey, Commissioner Sugarmore, or hey, Amber Heard Garcia, I know she's a big advocate when it comes to obesity.
Yeah.
So how can I find ways to make our food healthier in school? And so I know that'll get her ear. Michelle McKiss, I know she's really big on just giving the children exposure. And so how can I find ways to connect to get children exposure like that? Saba Ote, I know she's real big on athletics. And I have the same background as well. So how can we get children more active? One thing that I partnered with her on was Wild on the Fly. And we did an event at German Elementary where we had the Wild on the Fly, the YMCA, to come out and just expose the children to different STEM activities. So it's just finding small ways to connect with people and seeing what their interests are, and then seeing how can we collaborate with that and just see, can we move the district forward in a common way.
Yeah, I was able to do that at Parkway Village.
Okay.
I rode the bike.
And they made the milkshake, with the smoothie.
The smoothie, yes.
That
I
was pretty
did
fun.
that. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, good.
What I'm enjoying about this board is that we're doing something other than just sitting up in a classroom with the students. We're helping them to be well-rounded students.
Okay,
and I love that.
That's right.
What's one lesson you've learned since joining the board that you think every new board member should know?
Well, one lesson I've learned is, I've actually learned this on the campaign trail too, is we have 2 ears for a reason, and that's to listen. And so,
say that again, please.
And so just listen to people and listen to people's concerns. And so, and once you listen and gain information to make an informed decision on regardless of what it is, that's one lesson I have learned, because we don't have all information. And sometimes people write an email that's not structured right, where you can read the email, or something comes over the text message that may not get the message clearly to you. So just listening. So that's one thing I have learned is, again, like while I was on the campaign trail, I promised my constituents that I'll be a great listener. And so now that I'm here, I continue to carry those skills as well, just listening.
We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. What?
That's
For
right.
a reason.
For a reason.
For a reason. Okay. What message do you want to send to the families, students, and educators of District 4?
I want to say thank you, District 4 families, for electing me, for trusting in my leadership. We've had rocky times thus far, but that's what's happened. We're in politics, and so, but that's going to happen. But you have 9 board members that are dedicated to the work. I'm happy that you guys elected me. You have an advocate in me. Trust that I would do the work. Trust that I would make decisions that's best for our district, best for our students, and best for our teachers. And more importantly, just have an overall vision of how can we be a better community? How can we be a better city, county, city, and state? And I know that we can start there. I know we can do this work by 9 board members just continue to coming together collectively and moving the district forward.
Yeah. Any last thoughts? If I could put a mic in your face now and say, Board Member Porter, what would you like to leave in the next 90 seconds, what would you say?
Just everybody just continue to come together. We had a time throughout in our country. I'm a federal employee as well, so I'm getting hit with a lot of politics from the
Whoa.
federal, state, and local level. But more so now, our children are watching, and we have to continue to build trust in each other, not just from a board, from a community, but just in our household, we have to build trust from each other.
Yes.
And our churches, we have to build trust for each other. So we can just continue to just lead each other. I believe that. I don't believe in leaders. We were elected to be representatives. And the word representatives means to represent. We're just representing the voices of our community. I believe that each person can learn how to lead themselves. And once each person learn how to do that, then we come together as leaders, not followers, but leaders. And once leaders can come together, then we can build a coalition. We can gather around a collective thought. And that thought should be, how do we move forward as a people? So I guess that's what I'll leave it with.
That's awesome. How can we build together?
That's right.
We can't lead together if we can't build together.
That's right. That's right.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Board Member Porter. Thank you for coming and spending some time with me today, sharing your wisdom. People think because you're young, you don't have wisdom, but
Right.
you have wisdom. And I love when I do get a chance to have a conversation with you. It's very rewarding to me. And I want to thank the viewers for watching today's episode of Cheer Chat. We will do it again soon.
Thank
you.